Tazadaq, is you good?
Yeah,
Can you hear me
shalom.
now? Okay,
Shalom.
peace. Yeah, I want to get you in. I want to get you in real quick before I start going off and start real quick. First off, this another one of the God brothers, Tazadaq. Some of you might already be familiar with him on YouTube. He doing his work out there real heavy. Been doing it for a while. This man can very well speak for himself. I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people and let them know your areas of focus.
Yeah, I mean, basically, man, I've been kind of like listening to everything that, it's actually been going forth. To me, essentially, it all comes back to contract. And I keep like emphasize this and trying to beat it into people's head. Like, if you comprehend contracts, then you'll get all of this. Now, this conception that a lot of people, like that's novice in this, like they have a tendency to just want to put documents on the record. But if you're putting documents on the record and you don't have a comprehension of those documents, that's going to be a downfall. It's going to serve you no purpose. If you don't have a comprehension of contract law, despite what you might have actually put on file or something like that, if you receive some sort of offer, you're not going to know how to entertain that offer. So essentially, it's about contracts equals law, law equals contract, offer, and acceptance. When you receive any sort of subpoena in the mail, anything from a bill collector, anything of that nature, that's always an offer. Despite the type of language that is written in, it's an offer. So what you do with that offer will determine the outcome. Now, there's actually four doors, essentially, that you could actually go through involving contract law. And I challenge anyone to like give me any other door besides these four. You have what is known as acquiescence, which is silence, means you do nothing. That's what the vast majority of people do. That's a state of dishonor. You go in dishonor. If you go in dishonor, you're going to lose. Then you have what is known as an argument, people that engage in polemics, like they like to argue back and forth. You can't argue with these people because they're not speaking your language. Even though it sounds like English, it's not colloquial speech. So you can't argue. That's dishonor as well. Then you have what is known as acceptance. Like you accept whatever they're offering you. So that's agreement. You stand in honor. And then finally, it's a conditional acceptance. And 99% of the time with me, it's always a conditional acceptance. I'll accept their offer based on a condition if they could prove what they're alleging that I indeed did. Otherwise, there's going to be a conditional acceptance with me. And a conditional acceptance is always a counter offer. And essentially, that's what you want to do. You want to always make these people a counter offer, and you always want to stay in harmony. You do not want to create arguments or exacerbate any kind of tension because that's the mindset of a debtor. And if people could actually just grasp that concept that it's all about offer and acceptance, this would actually be very simplistic. And that's my view, brother.
Well, amen. Amen. Because that's excellent. That's superb. And I've seen your videos, Brother Tazadaq, and you are always absolutely correct about contracts. And you are absolutely right about those four doors. Those are those four doors. That conditional acceptance is what we must master via the private administrative remedy. That's it. Proceed, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Nice.
Mm-hmm. I had a question. Brother Tazadaq, if I may.
Peace, King.
You hear me? Hey, I wanted to add a fifth one to that list. If you could confirm this for me on when you're being sent documents from anyone, and that's UCC 3-301 and UCC 2-207C, where you have 3 days where you can return a document without dishonor.
That's known as truth and lending. That's known as truth and lending. Any kind of transaction is known as truth and lending. That means you have 72 hours before the contract becomes official. If you respond within that time, they don't have a valid contract.
And that's also why Heather actually it up too.
I mean, essentially, that's how people should be handling traffic tickets. Try and beat this into people's head. The reason on a traffic ticket that it tells you, oh, you got 2 weeks, you got 30 days, because for any transaction of a security entrance under truth and lending, it takes 72 hours for that contract to be effective. If you go down and try to resolve that issue within that 72-hour time frame and take 2 witnesses with you, you can make it go away if it go to court almost every time, almost every single time.
Send it back via certified mail or overnight mail, straight to the person that actually sent it to you. Just find out who the sheriff's office is or the police department is, and make sure you send it to the head. Send it directly back to them via overnight mail, because now they have that. They're the holder in due course. They have that hot potato.
Yeah.
Right.
They got to sign for it, basically, right?
I mean,
yeah, you want to send it certified or registered mail.
Yeah, somebody's gonna sign for it.
Right.
Yep, they accepted that package.
Yeah. I mean, the whole ticket game was a fraud anyway.
I guess I didn't get what the brother was. Was that a statement, brother? I didn't quite get what he was saying. Was that a question?
No, I was given adding a number 5 to your list of how to handle a contract legally without having to do any witnesses or anything. It's basically using the postmaster service with lawful money.
Mm-hmm.
And
right, but that still would be a conditional acceptance. By, I mean, with a conditional acceptance, see, in order to conduct yourself like a creditor, you always want to stay in harmony. You don't want to create controversy. That's what debtors do. Debtors argue. And when you argue, you go in dishonor. So if you're sending UCC codes that you quoted, that's still a conditional acceptance. Okay, I'll conditionally accept your offer upon proof of claim if you can prove that you're not in violation of UCC 3, whatever the UCC code that you cited. So that's like a conditional acceptance. But I'm saying besides those 4 doors, I can't think of anything. And I can't think of anything that you present to me, I could show you how contracts involve. Anything that you think of. That's what's regulating your lives is contracts. So in order to master this, you have to master contract and understand that contract is law, because the Constitution really doesn't apply where they're concerned. It's all about the Uniform Commercial Code, which is a contract. The driver's license is a contract. The Social Security is a contract. Your job application is a contract. When you register for school, it's a contract. Everything's contracts. And that's still law. It's all about contracts.
Yep.
Right. And we still have a little bit too much movement going on. If we're not speaking, please mute those microphones. We got a few people raising their hand. We got what's up, Tony? What's good?
What's going on, brother?
Nothing much, man.